With Circle of Care, I've been involved in the Triple G program as well as Linked Generations. Both are programs that basically brought seniors together with, teenagers in order to maybe give some advice, to mentor, and to discuss issues that are maybe something that are shared across all generations, where, say, seniors such as myself could pass along information, experience that maybe would help the younger people, sort of get through their lives. And as a matter of fact, one of the bits of advice that I was happy to give to some of the participants is that I remember, and I think it's true, when you're a teenager and you're in high school and all the pressures and all the angst and all that, the problems, and I was trying to remind some of them when they were alluding to those issues that, from my perspective, it's 4 years of your life. You have so much more ahead of you. Please do not let those 4 years sort of mark you or decide or help you to decide how you will face life or how you will view life. I'm also involved in the Let's Get Together program, which is a program wherein they bring seniors in for a luncheon. We have a Russian group that comes in and an English-speaking group that comes in. And I basically help out on those programs. We serve them the food, we help them, get them drinks, just talk to them, help them get to and from the iRide vehicles, get to the washroom and back, things like that. But also I find what's really amazing is providing that sort of social interaction with them, discuss their lives with them, their histories with them. And it's just amazing that what a lot of these guests have to offer. I would definitely say the volunteering has changed my outlook on life. I think from different perspectives. The first perspective being in that when you become involved as a volunteer, I think it basically is almost self-assuring for yourself as a volunteer. You really feel this pride in that you're giving back to the community. And in my case, I wanted to give back to Circle of Care for their great support in following the death of my wife and the grieving process and all that. I also think that, the rewards that you get from doing this as well, for me too, is it's nice to see the effect that my interactions have with the seniors. And I don't mind kind of bragging and saying that on a lot of these days, if I happen not to make it to one of the luncheons, they're actually saying, "Where's Dave? Where did he go? He's not here this week." And it's really, really nice to know that I've actually developed that sort of personal bond with a lot of the guests that come in. And that's really satisfying. And I think it's really gratifying, as I say, to know that I can make that kind of a difference in somebody else's life. By the same token, they can make that difference in my life. And that's really sort of a motivation for following through. And just the fact that I really come home feeling happy and just like I've had a really good day after all of these get-togethers, because you are interacting with all these people, and they're amazing stories, they're amazing history, they're amazing personalities. I'll tell a little side story of one of our guests who's a woman who comes to the Russian meetings, who herself was an engineer who designed airplane wings, if you can believe it. And she always gives me a little nudge in a week and goes, "Vodka, like you get the vodka, the vodka there. So I'll bring her some waters of those." But it's just these little sort of things you develop with the guests and everything else that really just makes it a special, heartwarming thing to do. One piece of advice I would give to anybody who's thinking of volunteering is go ahead and do it. And the amazing thing is that, especially say in an organization like Circle of Care, if you find that one segment that you've agreed to volunteer for really isn't your cup of tea, there are so many other areas you can become involved in. And that's the good thing about it. If you still feel you want to put yourself out there and do this kind of thing, the sky's the limit. So, and I can't stress enough that the rewards you will receive from doing this is, to me, is much more valuable than the time or the effort or whatever that I've put into it. The personal growth that I've gone through volunteering with them, both I think in an emotional aspect, in a mental aspect, and a social aspect, by being able to sort of combine all these elements and really feel that my life has improved in so many ways because of all that. And simply because of the happiness and the joy that I feel from doing that. It's like anything in life. If you're involved in something that brings you a sense of contentment, of happiness, that you're contributing, it really sort of makes the other bad things going on in your life a little more tolerable, because you think, you know what? I've got this, and that's that one thing that you can sort of think about, cling on to, and look forward to when you find that you're in those situations. So that would be my biggest takeaway, and one of the biggest reasons why it's one of the best decisions I could have made.